What's going on, everybody? Thank you all so much for tuning in on this lovely Monday. Or I would assume it to be lovely. Because, as you know, it's not Monday for me, but it's Monday for y'all, so none of that shit matters. What's going on in my motherfucking life? I hope you guys enjoyed last week's episode, guest episode. Big thanks to both Chris and David for coming on. Kind of a short notice type deal. I kind of like those episodes because they kind of turn into something I wasn't expecting. That one, isn't in that case. But we tried something new. We're gonna start. I might start using the TV for the Zoom guests just because it's on a bigger thing, and I'm gonna move it over here so that it looks like I'm still kind of looking at the camera. I just got this mini fridge I got to get out of here. The one that I took from those nice people over at the factory, at the cookie factory. So the other day, this morning, I went ahead and I was on Instagram, right, doing that mindless, soulless scrolling that we all love to do. It's weird. I feel like I never used to do it as much as I do now. It's almost like it's taking over our minds or something. I'm not positive. I used to think when I was a kid, people who watch the fuck out of television, I'm like, wow, Jesus, all you do is watch TV. My God. When I say a kid, I mean like, 6, 7 years ago. Maybe even 5. I'd be like, wow, all those motherfuckers do is watch TV. Shit, I don't even watch that much TV. Hell no, I'm not wasting no goddamn time. Fuck that. But now, the phone, our phones have just essentially turned into the new television. It's the new thing that we all go ahead and let our time be consumed by. But anyway, I was on Instagram, and I saw somebody interviewing Offset from Migos. For you uncultured swine who don't know who that is, they were asking him about, I guess, some comments that were made about Lizzo, right? And his girlfriend, whatever she is, Cardi B, went ahead and defended Lizzo publicly. And then, there's Lizzo crying on Instagram Live and all this stuff. And there are these made-up words that are being used to describe some of the things that were said about her, such as fatphobic. I've been alive for 24 years. I have never, until this morning, I have never heard the term fatphobic. And I think that if you have a phobia of fat people, you probably aren't mentally stable. Number one. Number two, I don't think anybody is actually fatphobic. If you are, you're probably not mentally stable. That being said, I don't think anybody actually is, right? I think people make fat jokes, right? A lot of people, it's easy to make fun of a fat person, right? But it's easy to make fun of anybody, I mean, it's for people who have people who reach for the low-hanging fruit. It's very easy to make fun of a fat person. Now, that being said, bullying's not nice. I think it's a terrible thing. I don't think anybody should have to go through being bullied. But if you're a famous person, if you're famous, why should we feel bad that there are people saying things about you? It's kind of the cost of doing business, right? I get you're a human. I get we're all human. We're all human, right? Even things that aren't human. Human, right? Isn't that like a blanket statement? We're all human. We're all human. How do you know? What are we talking about? What is all? We are all human. But anyway, you know what I mean. Everybody has emotions. Everybody gets hurt. Nobody wants to be bullied. But you're famous. You're famous. You're a controversial figure. You're the exact opposite of what people have been led to believe of what beauty is, right? What the the mass marketing idea of beauty is. Lizzo is the exact opposite. That being said, I think she's a beautiful woman, and I think she's doing great things for people who are in the same boat as her. Now, back to the other point of being a famous person. Do you think Clint Eastwood, when people would talk shit about him when he was young, you think he would go and cry in front of people? Now, that's a guy, that's a man. We can use somebody else. How about Whitney Houston, when everybody was talking shit about her smoking crack, fucking around with Bobby Brown? I don't know about that. That sounds pretty bad. That sounds like something to be crying about, right? Like, people saying, and now what's crazy is that Instagram and Facebook and these platforms are going ahead on their own agenda, on their own accord, and deleting these comments that are supposedly fatphobic and racist. Do you know how long the people who are doing that would have to be on Instagram to get rid of all those comments? Like, not even just about Lizzo, just across the board. You follow what I'm saying? So why does she, a person who has immense money, immense wealth, power, prestige, status, why does that person get to block out the haters? It's strange. It's weird. I mean, you're in the public eye. You're in the public eye. You follow what I'm saying? You're a big woman who flaunts it. Now you're going to cry and be upset about people who want to say things? It's just like this stupid fucking DaBaby controversy. I've already spoken about this on here, but it's very fucking similar. You know what I'm saying? This guy is getting canceled for he's a rapper. You know what rappers talk about? You know what hip hop artists talk about? They talk about horrible fucking things. Killing and shooting and robbing, stealing, fucking other men's wives and women and being with a whole bunch of different women and selling drugs and doing drugs and whatever the fuck else they want to talk about. Pain, serious shit. And now, because DaBaby comes up on stage and is having a good time at a concert and talks about AIDS and guys sucking dick and all this stuff, now he's going to get canceled. Now Dua Lipa, or whatever the fuck her name is, takes his name off the song, off the hottest shit. It's craziness. It's just like, it's the same shit. She's getting coddled. Lizzo is a famous person. If anybody stepped around Lizzo, you would get absolutely fucking mollywopped. You would get beaten and left in the street. You would get beaten and left in a pool of your own blood if you got anywhere near Lizzo. What more protection does she need? Do you follow what I'm saying to you? What more protection does she need? You're on the internet. Any person, I could get hate. Any person that puts anything on the internet is going to get hate or is susceptible. You ever been in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby? She clearly never played Modern Warfare 2. She clearly didn't. I mean, it's you get exposed to a lot of that shit. People just talk. You got to have thick skin. You're famous for what? What are you famous for? You got to rock like Trump, baby. That's how you got to do it. That motherfucker don't care about nothing. You could say anything about that guy. He don't care. You follow me? That's one of his few admirable traits. The fact that you can't get through to that motherfucker with any kind of negativity, any like he's just going to do him. Take some notes, Lizzo. Watch a little bit of Trump. You follow what I'm saying? This strange call to action. People are expected to just rally behind her. Oh, she's such a pioneer and a strong woman, and she's doing so much for the big girls. And I agree with all these things. I agree with them. But I mean, we're going to get all bent out of shape. We're going to start deleting comments and allowing, these companies to do that type of thing, to censor people just because of a few fat jokes? It might be more than a few. She might be getting hundreds every hour. But I mean, come on. Come on. Shut the phone off. You know what I'm saying? But I get that's not practical. I understand. We can't step away from the phone. We have to read the comments. We absolutely have to. And those are the ones. You don't think that there's people just saying shit about her? Like, not in, people saying bad things about her. Everybody says fucked up shit. Everybody says racist shit in the house, okay? Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. They say fucked up shit in their homes, all right? So why is the fact that you're actually seeing it make a difference? You know how many people that write those comments and then go home and say even worse things? You follow what I'm saying? So if you're only... How are you going to censor them? How come those things don't get to you? How come you don't think every day about the bad things that people say to you? Because that's essentially what you're doing. It's crazy. It's a crazy fucking thing. Just this call to action. Everyone's got to rally. Save Lizzo. Save her. She's under scrutiny. Motherfucker, if you don't want to get fat shamed, lose some goddamn weight. Sorry. So, it seems like she's a very confident woman. She puts on this persona that she's a very confident woman. And she probably is. She probably is. And some of these things are just getting to her. But if your shtick is to be the big girl, the big sexy girl that the men still want because she's so confident, that's what she does, right? That's what she does. She's the big girl that's still beautiful, that the men still want to go after. That's the aura she puts on. So when people call her a big girl, what do you want? What exactly do you want? You want to be the big girl who's confident but be treated like the supermodel. Is that what you want? Even though you're already being treated, you're getting those you're getting the men, you're getting the recognition, you're getting the clothing brands behind you. You're getting all that stuff. What more do you want? What more? You don't want to get bullied? People are making fun of me. Ugh. Drake, another one. That motherfucker gets made fun of on the daily. People been clowning Drake. Me, one of them. You don't give a fuck. You don't care. Keep getting money. Keep making singles. You're a celebrity. It's the same thing as an athlete. Shut the fuck up. Just be quiet. You're not supposed to know what you're doing. You know, you're just supposed to be, you're a puppet on a stage. Go and do it. Same thing as an athlete. Go and do it. You know what's another weird thing is these athletes, right? I've always said as a kid, I grew up in a blue collar family, right? Around blue collar people. And I remember being a kid in elementary school and speaking with friends and being like, these sports players, they make millions and millions of dollars. Millions and millions of dollars. And there's people working hard as fuck every day, not making no goddamn money. And I remember thinking that as a child. And then as I got older, I kind of held on to that. And I would say to people, and their backup argument was, hey, do you know how hard he had to work? He or she. Do you know how hard that athlete had to work to get to where they are, to get to the NFL? Do you know how hard that is? Yeah, I know how hard it is. That's pretty hard. That's hard as fuck. That's very hard. And some guys come from fucked up environments. But you want to know where a lot of these athletes come from? Do you want to know where they come from? They come from athletic families. They come from families who put athletics on a very, very high pedestal. The only reason they want you to go to college is not for you to learn. It's for you to get in the NFL or to play college sports. Right? I shouldn't have said NFL. It's for you to play college sports and hopefully move on past that and get to the professional level of whatever your sport is. Get to the pinnacle, right? That's where a lot of these athletes come from. You don't find a lot of athletes whose parents have predispositions to colon cancer and COPD and heart problems, right? and they work, all these hours and do this. Yes, that does happen, right? Maybe your immediate family does that, but you got an uncle who's willing to drive you to the AAU games all over the country and spend the money and do all these things, go to the camps. We're going to go to L.A., and, LeBron is going to be putting a camp together, and it's going to be $3,000 a minute, but it's going to be worth it. You're going to get there, buddy. You're going to get there. I think they had easy lives because they had a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. It's hard to get to a professional level at anything. It's hard to get to the pinnacle of anything. But if you're playing a game, it's a child's game. A lot of these things are children's games, right? It's not that, it's not like you're winning a Nobel Prize or something. It's you're playing a game that children also play. You follow what I'm saying to you? And I like sports. Sports are nice, It's good. It's a good way to forget about I'm sure they got the NFL preseason showing over at the Kabul airport. I'm sure that they're already putting their bets in on who's going to be the MVP this year. Who's gonna get the most passing yards, guys blowing up in the background. Yeah, I'm sure they're loving it over there. I'm sure over in North Korea they're having a great time. They're just waiting with bated breath for the NBA season to start. I'm sure. It's like I'm saying. A lot of these athletes grew up playing a game every day. Their whole life was playing a game. Just play this game forever. Keep playing. Play, and eventually you'll make it somewhere. Now, what I think they're talking about when it comes to hard work and their hard lives and this type of thing, and I'm sure some of them do, right? Some of them, some of them come from bad backgrounds. Some of them literally had to just grind from the bottom. But a lot of those guys had some natural talent, right? A lot of those guys had some push. You're not taking this illusion that anybody can do anything. Gary Vee talks about it a lot. Anybody can do anything. Anybody can do anything. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Let's go ahead and put the kid whose family is ridden by alcohol abuse. Right. Let's see if that kid gets to who's ridden by alcohol abuse, and there's no stress on health in the family at all. Nobody is ever worried about health. Everybody's just immigrants. They come here, they work, they get addicted to something, and then they die. Tell me if that motherfucker's gonna get an MLB contract. I want to hear it. Please tell me. I think where the hard life comes in is the fact that they have a terrible relationship with the people who pushed them. They have a horribly a broken relationship with that father who would scream at them until the blood, a vein popped out of his fucking forehead, right? That they can't, when they lay down at night and they close their eyes while they're looking at the ceiling, their multi-million-dollar estate, mind you, they're probably thinking, wow, my father never loved me. He literally used me as a vessel to accomplish the things in life that he couldn't. Wow. That's where the pain stems from. But it comes out as, I had to work so hard. We couldn't afford some things sometimes. Oh, so you're saying your father put the rest of your family in financial jeopardy because he wanted you to... Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Right. Where is this? Why are we now? We have to feel bad all of a sudden for these people who are in phenomenal positions in life. Why is there a bad feeling we all have to feel guilty for these people who are doing absolutely great? They're doing great. They're doing things that some of us won't even know people who would scratch the surface of what they're doing. It's weird. It's very fucking weird. You're not going to see a person, a woman with the mental capacity to only do makeup and lashes. You're not going to see that girl, at the Wimbledon anytime soon. You follow what I'm saying? There's something else behind that. There's something else there. There's money. Not to mention a lot of these, shit's expensive. It's expensive to even become a professional athlete. It's expensive to play at a high level. How do you get there? You got to pay trainers. You got to pay coaches. You got to have a maniacally obsessed person in your family that puts you through that. Yeah, some of these guys are self-motivated, and good for them. That's great. But I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the guys who play a game their whole life, the athletes who play a game their whole life, get to the pinnacle, and then now they want to bitch and complain and say, oh, it's tough, we had to do this, and we're athletes, and yeah, okay. Just score the points, you know what I'm saying? Score the points, do what the fuck has to be done, and that's it. In other news, to switch things up on you, OnlyFans. I don't know if I spoke about OnlyFans last time, but OnlyFans very, very quick turnaround from no explicit content to back to explicit content because they probably realized that there was no money. There was like a post that said, oh, we heard you, and no, you didn't hear nothing. You guys were making no money. Nobody was hitting your site no more. What is OnlyFans for except for failed lash and makeup artists to go on and make some money? You know what I'm saying? Think of the mental capacity it takes to even be someone who puts lashes on another person's face, puts eyelashes, puts fake pieces of our bodies on, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me put these on you so that you'll look better. How hard is that? What's the capacity to do that? You know what I'm saying? It's the same people who do the OnlyFans. It's the same women who go ahead and do the OnlyFans. It's makeup. It's makeup and it's cosmetology. It's the same thing as sports with guys, right? Every guy likes sports. Every woman likes fashion. It's not that, It's just weird. I see the praise for it all over the place. Wow, I look so good thanks to Boop Boop Bop. Thanks to Jennifer's whatever the fuck. Thanks to Jen's lashes, I now can go out in public. I can go to my cousin's bar mitzvah and everybody's going to look at me because I look good. I look great. I was able to mask how I actually look, and now I look good. Now that I don't look anything like I did before, I think I'm ready to go see people now. I think now that I look like somebody who looks like me, now I can go out there and I can be a part of this world. I can go out there and get something done now that I look beautiful. Because normally I look fucking terrible, right? Normally, I'm not happy with the eyelashes and the skin that I have. So let me go ahead and then to be the person that does that, to be, hey, do you think you're ugly as fuck? Do you think you're a hideous piece of shit? Oh, good. Here, sit in this chair. Let me glue some shit to you, right? Let me poof, poof, poff, poff all over your fucking face, right? To be the person that thinks that they're doing someone a service when they're doing that. I mean, it's probably a third grade reading level, let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. You follow what I'm saying? And there's money to be made. I'm not, you know me, guys. If there's money to be made, go ahead and do it. If that's your living, if that's your livelihood, hey, go ahead and do it. But just know that it's, there's people like me who are looking from afar like, damn, that's like, it's almost like being a mortician, I think. It's almost like, it's just, because think about what a mortician does. You go to a wake or something, and they're calm. They're hey, we're sorry. Today is going to be all about you. The body looks beautiful. Your husband looks great. We have the music playing, the flowers. People should start rolling in soon. we're here to make this day beautiful for you. Morticians go ahead and make money on other people's suffering, right? That's essentially what it is. A guy comes in with a shiny face. He's got makeup. It looks like he just got fucking embalmed as well. Comes in and says, hey, yeah, puts you at ease. And the whole time he's jamming a big green dick with a money sign on it right up that ass of yours. And that's exactly what's happening when you go to these makeup shops and these boutiques and this type of thing. All they're doing is making money off your insecurities, right? They're making money off of your suffering. Tanning, another one. Another pitiful industry. Tanning. Let me lay in this bed under this artificial light that is going to brown my skin because that, for whatever reason, is more appealing than the skin that I already have. Or that is more convenient and a quicker process than actually going outside and using one of the biggest assets we have as humans, the sun. Not only does the sun give you energy and light and life and vitamin D, but it can do that shit that you're paying all that money for. It can do it. It can brown your skin. It can get rid of some blemishes. It's the fucking sun. You lay under that bitch. You go outside. You walk around. No. There's industries now. Or I shouldn't say now. There are industries that you can, you can outsource that work to. Beauty industries. You know what I'm saying? You can cake your face up. So now you look good. Now you can say, oh my God, Maribel, I look so fucking good. You are a wizard. I look great. Look at me. Look how beautiful I am. Now I can post pictures. And get likes. Look at that. Now my face is pretty enough to be accepted. What a fucked up thing, isn't it? And I don't blame anybody but the people who are in the space allowing women to come in and get taken advantage of. Because that's essentially what it is. You hear the old, the funeral, they're taking advantage of you, the whole thing. You can do it in another way and whatever else. It's not a civilized way. But, you know what the fuck I'm saying. A lot of the money that goes to those funerals is going right in the pockets of some greedy motherfuckers. So that's what's happening there. That's exactly what's happening there. Yeah, we all need haircuts and whatever else. We want to look good, sure. But once we start applying shit that makes us look nothing like ourselves, now we're getting into some sketchy territory. We're getting into some, some sweaty stuff. Not to mention you can't do much, right? Once you have all that shit on you. God forbid it's warm outside and your face starts melting. Or the glue comes undone on your eyelashes and now it's down here on your cheek, right? That's, you got to be a sick person. A sick person to go ahead and facilitate that. To go ahead and say, you know what? I'm going to open up a shop that is going to take advantage of young girls and how shitty they feel about themselves. And notice it's always women, right? It's always women who own the shops. Because if a guy ever owned the shop, it would be weird, gay or straight, I'm sure there's gay guys who do it. I'm sure there's plenty of gay guys who do it, It's, but let me double back on that. If a straight guy owned a makeup shop, you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? It would be more evident that guy cares mostly about the money that he's making and not the service that he's providing, right? It would be a lot more evident. Now, how come because a woman is doing it behind the same motives, how come that, that just gets swept under? That's just her job. That's what she does. She's a bad bitch. She knows what she's doing. She's making that money. And if a guy opened that, she'd be like, look at that scumbag motherfucker preying on women, and he don't know a goddamn thing about it. He doesn't know what it's like to be a woman. He doesn't know. No, but he's in it for the motherfucking money, just like you savage animals are. But hey, that's life. That's goddamn life. I watched a video the other day that was kind of funny too. I mentioned Gary Vaynerchuk's name earlier on before this, and he was sitting with Grant Cardone, another guy that I have spoken about, and just interesting guys. And they're sitting next to each other, and Grant Cardone goes, "Hey, do you think you work more than I do? You think you work more hours than I do?" And Gary's like, "Oh, 100%. I don't think you're working 18-hour days every day like I am." And he's like, "Well, you don't know nothing about me." And they're going back and forth a little bit. "Oh, in my 20s, I worked every single hour of my 20s. "Oh, yeah, me too." And it was just funny to see these two champions of capitalism go ahead and just swing their dicks in front of each other a little bit. You know, it was just funny. It was, you think you work? I work. Like that's something to be proud of. Like that's something to be revered. I work 28 hours a day. I don't give a fuck. I add hours. My time is my own. I don't live in these constructs. I add more time so I can work more time. That's it. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. I couldn't imagine myself sitting there and boasting about that. You work? Oh, no, I work. Oh, yeah, I work. I fucking work. Good for you, buddy. Keep working. Keep doing it till that little heart of yours gives out and you lay in that fucking hole like everybody else who didn't work 1 hour. All the people that were born into poverty and homelessness and died and never worked a single hour in their lives are going to be in the same kinds of holes that you are when you're dead. So I don't know if that's really anything to boast or brag about. I work. Yeah, I work. Good for you. Everybody fucking works. Just because you do it, religiously, you do it to the point where you're sick. That's great. That's awesome. I love it. Everybody's got a different threshold. I talk about it all the time. It's just funny to see two bigwigs. And don't get me wrong. I think capitalism is phenomenal. I think everything has a good and a bad. Without capitalism, there's no advancement in society. That's one way to look at it. But without capitalism, maybe there wouldn't be so much greedy, hateful people. But again, you want to crack some eggs? You want to make an omelet, you got to crack some fucking eggs. And that's it, guys. I am done rambling on and speaking from the mind, from the heart. And that's what the fuck it is, guys. I'm done. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We have a phenomenal fucking episode coming on Thursday. Make sure you guys follow the show wherever you listen to it. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, share. Make sure you hit the links in the description and follow me on all my social media. I'm having a blast. And that's it, guys. I'm done. Peace.